DOGE is struggling to find fraud in Social Security. I think this also was in the Washington Post. You had DOGE first going out and talking about Musk's assertion that tens of millions of dead people over 100 years old are receiving Social Security benefits. Within a day or two, Lee Dudek, what would you call him, stooge, who was working in Social Security and decided to join Team DOGE, had to come out and say, well, these individuals are not necessarily receiving benefits. Less than 1% of Social Security payments in recent years were determined to be improper, often the result of an accidental oversight or change in benefit status. This is according to a report last year by the agency's Inspector General. Incidentally, that Inspector General was fired.
Yep.
Almost 2 months ago now.
Trump cleaned house for all the inspectors general who are tasked with finding the fraud that they say that Elon Musk is now finding. But
so that number, 1% of Social Security payments, was $9 billion a year. And more than 2/3 of that, $6 billion, probably close to 7, of the mistaken payments were eventually clawed back, which means highly unlikely that it was fraud, more likely that they just got a check in the mail that they shouldn't have had, which incidentally, I think people get money in their bank account that should have been theirs, or they get a check from, I mean, that happens all the time. Another agency audit, which looked only at payments to retired workers and survivors and people with disabilities, found fraud was listed as the cause behind just 3% of improper benefit payments. Social Security, despite all the money that flows through it, didn't make a 2024 list by the Government Accountability Office detailing 16 agencies with improper payment rates of at least 10%. Social Security is the fraud rate, even the improper payment rate is incredibly low. Right. The fraud rate is astronomically low. Again, this is an agency that serves tens upon tens of millions of people. And it has a tiny fraud rate. And why is it? Because fraud is never or rarely committed by recipients. There's some. Fraud is usually done by providers. Mm-hmm. That means businesses.
Contractors?
Contractors. That report further found that 80% of all improper payments were due to just 5 government programs, including Medicare and Medicaid, but not Social Security. And is it Medicare or Medicaid recipients who are doing that fraud? No. It is doctors, ambulance companies, medical device providers who are committing the fraud. They're claiming they have patients that they didn't have. They're claiming costs that they didn't have. They're claiming, providing materials that they didn't provide. It's not recipients.